Wow, my hair is beautiful. Beautifully fluffy. Anyways, hello everyone. I'm Mr. Ron Darcy, and today I'm about to go watch Spider-Man Into the Spideyverse. And yo, man, if I had a list of top 20 films I was excited for, this would probably have made top 10 if I knew all the movies coming out this year. I mean, I know we're a little bit superheroed out at this point, but I love crossovers, and so I love crossovers so much. So this was a good year for me with Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Infinity War. But anyway, so Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is they take different versions of Spider-Man from various actual comics and actually put them together into one film. And it's done in an animation style of, I guess, matches whatever comic book they're from. I'm not sure. I tried my best not to look for the trailer, but the trailer for Spider-Man Into the Spideyverse just looked so good. And then you got the cast. I mean, we got really, I was already sold on the movie, and then you got Nicolas Cage playing like a noir Spider-Man. Like, I'm super excited to see that. And then you got a couple other cast members, none that I can think of off the top of my head, but I'm really excited to see this movie. And I'm seeing it in IMAX 3D. So I'm really hoping the visuals really pop out for this film. I mean, when you see Venom, there's a credit scene where they actually showed a clip from this movie, which I thought was extremely weird, but I'm glad they did, because that I just found it weird, the clip they chose, because it out of context is so weird and just out there. So I don't know, it looked good in the 3D IMAX that was Venom, so I'm just excited to watch this movie. Let's go watch it. I just watched Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I believe that's the name of it. Oh man. I'm still reeling from that end credit scene. I mean, is it really a spoiler that there's an end credit scene? I mean, it's a Marvel movie in 2018. Of course there's going to be an end credit scene. Oh man. This movie is the Spider-Man movie to end all Spider-Man movies. My gosh, the amount of stuff in it. And it's an animation film, so I bet you any money it's under the average length for a movie, which is 2 hours. Because usually animated films, because there's so much time and put into it, it's actually usually always shorter of a runtime than, say, a real film, like not real film, live action film. So, oh man, I loved it. 100% loved it, and I honestly think this is I'm just going off of just watching it. This is the best movie I've seen all year. This movie, that's right. This movie is beating all, like, just it went, like, there was a lot of surprises. Like, I'm not a total Spider-Man fan in the sense I know all the comics, I know everything, I've seen every TV show, every version of him and all that. No, all I know is the movies, the Tobey Maguire movies, the Andrew Garfield movies. I have an impression of what Spider-Man is. I've seen some of the old original animated TV show, and that's about it. So I have a basic understanding of Spider-Man. So even then, going into this movie where it's more heavily comics influence, and characters who I assume are really only been done before in the comics, that's never actually had a adaptation for film, it's like there was a lot of things I still picked up and things I got. some of it maybe even from like other versions of Marvel things or TV shows or movies, and it was a tremendously fun, entertaining experience. There was even I'm surprised, like for an anime film like this, some of the subject matter that it briefly touched upon and all that, like it went it didn't hold back from tragedy or the some more darker elements, and I just, it was really well balanced, well written. It looked amazing in IMAX 3D. Holy cow! I kind of want to see that again just to. Oh man, I loved the style of it. The animation they chose. It is sort of, they do play around like the frame rate and that, so it's like it's not. It felt like a live action comic book movie, and I just loved it. Holy cow! Cast, voice acting, pretty good. Nicolas Cage didn't disappoint. My only thing is with having that many spider people, I kind of figured the three more odd ones out of the group was gonna have less screen time. I kind of figured, and that was really my only complaint is with this film is I want more. I love the soundtrack was interesting at first, and then once you get onto the swing of it, I really enjoy it. I want to pick up that soundtrack. That's I'm definitely picking it up. I don't want to say I don't want to spoil anything. It is really, really good. I definitely recommend checking it out if you like Spider-Man. Like at the very least, like even if you like oh man, if you read the comics and love the comics, like you need to see this film. For like Spider-Man fans, definitely, like, my gosh. That was a trippy end credit sequence right after when the movie ended. Like when the end credits started rolling, like, oh man. This movie is a Spider-Man overlord. Overlord? Overload. Like too much. When you got too many cooks, only it's too many Spider-Mans. Oh man, I really hope this is really successful and they do their own. Sony, you know what, Sony? Okay, do Venom 2 because, that seems like could be good. But you know what? For Spider-Man, maybe you should just stick with movies like this, like the animated films. Just work on this and make it good. You know what? You don't need a live action film. You got this tremendously awesome potential to make a Marvel Cinematic Universe of your own, but just Spider-Man related, like with this film. So I want to know what you thought of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I want you to have a nice day or night or whatever time you watch this. Have a nice whatever. This is definitely making my best and worst, or no. Why would it make both lists? This is definitely going to be making my best list of the year. Which, if you're interested, subscribe, like this video, and you'll eventually see my best and worst list of 2018 films that I saw for the first time. I need a shorter title.